the one real big bright spot that shone through to me.
What do we need to see in the LCS?
I'm getting all this great info back, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah, Impact had told me that he felt like it should have been a 3-0. They should have 3-0'd T1.
Your expectation should be getting out of groups.
Dig versus Fly, who wins?
Oh man!
I'm joined with Kobe during Media Day for the summer split of 2024. Kobe, I want to talk about North America and the international scene to start, because we just came back from MSI, and you're obviously the faithful, as we call it. What is your report card for NA at Worlds? Maybe Team Liquid. FlyQuest Crash and Burn, but at least for Team Liquid at MSI.
Yeah, I guess I'll start with report card for both teams, because like you said, obviously it was super tough one for FlyQuest, and they kind of imploded even afterwards. And obviously now with the Jensen stuff coming out, there's got a lot of internal stuff that they're also dealing with. But I do, even with that big story surrounding them and the organization, I feel like the one real big bright spot that shone through to me that I was really excited for from the very beginning was Masu performed super well on the international stage as a rookie. And he was playing, not only was he playing mechanically well, but he was you could tell positioning confidently. And it seemed like he didn't have nerves. And to me, MSI is more competitive than Worlds because it's only top two seeds, that are going for the region. So it's incredibly difficult. And versus some really strong teams, I took that away as a positive, at least, for the team, even though it's obviously super rough overall. And then Team Liquid, they were kind of the opposite story, where they started out their first series was quite rough, and I was really worried. I was like, oh no, this tournament is bricked for us. We're screwed. It's gonna be depression when we get back. But then I was really glad that they got to show a lot of their improvements on stage in their subsequent matches and subsequent series. And in beating Fnatic, and then also playing T1 closely, and being in a position where they could have won a bunch of those games as well. And I even met them, or I didn't meet them, but walking to the bathroom, between the series games and stuff, saw them in the hallways and stuff, and they were talking. They're like, oh my god, we should have done this and this. If we had done that, we would have been able to win this game. We should be 2-0 versus these guys. We blah blah blah. And just they were so fired up. And I had been talking to a lot of the players from other teams while I was there about scrims, and everybody had been very complimentary of how TL had been doing off stage. So I was really happy that they, at least in some of the series, did get to show those improvements to the world. Because sometimes I've been at international events before where the NA teams, I'm getting all this great info back, and everyone's like, yeah, scrim's going great, blah blah blah, and then it's crash and burn, and we never show on stage anything good. And so then everyone's just like, you suck again. And it's hard to convince people. So I think that the improvements for TL, we were already had as probably our biggest story for them in playoffs was the improvements that they made over our LCS playoffs, and then for them to continue improving and grow against the best teams in the world at MSI, I think they should definitely be proud. And I know they're super hungry. They came back really fired up. Spawn is they were all very pissed. They thought they definitely could have shown better. So I feel like they're going to use that motivation and grind here coming into summer.
Yeah, Impact had told me that he felt like it should have been a 3-0. They should have 3-0'd T1, which is insane to think about even.
Yeah. I saw, yeah, a couple of them on the way to the bathroom. They were really fired up. They're like, oh, they were close. Yeah, but we'll see at Worlds. Honestly, so yeah, I would say pretty glowing report card. I mean, I would still give a very low grade to FlyQuest, even though we mentioned the bright spot. But TL, I think pretty good.
What do we need to see in the LCS this split for us to be confident going to Worlds that we can at least make it out of groups again?
Well, I think for North American fans, actually, your expectation should be getting out of groups. I think that we over the last couple years, like I think you should have that confidence and that hope. And this split in the LCS, in my eyes, should be the most competitive that we have had in an extremely long time. Already, spring was very competitive, condensing down to 8 teams, and Dignitas, I would say, got a lot stronger, signing a bunch of. I know it's a little controversial with a lot of them being older, but Licorice, Spica, the off season Avengers, basically, with Sven and Jensen also. So I feel like the what we need to see this split in the LCS is good gameplay. We need to see how the competitiveness of the region and these teams push each other to be better and to be flexible, not like just doing slow scaling comps or just doing only early game snowball types of things. I think if we see different strategies from the teams being able to push each other and the games themselves being competitive with at least showcasing some high level mechanics and hopefully no more lane swaps. And I think that that's all I need to see from this split. I have already I There's chances of some more lane swaps. I hope that they're at least less, if not gone altogether.
I hope so too. At least less. I don't want them completely gone, but just less is
Yeah,
good.
yeah. As like a fun, unique strategy that's worth pulling out sometimes as a surprise is fun to watch. Yeah.
Agreed. I have some rapid fire questions for you, so you can just answer them and then maybe give like a super quick reasoning. Dig versus fly, who wins?
Oh man, I'll go Dignitas because they'll be so fired up with revenge. I don't know if you saw, but I think it was either today or yesterday even. But Spica tweeted out that FlyQuest had kicked him before he got signed by Dig. So like not only did they kick Jensen, but like they kind of kicked Spica as a content creator, and so I feel like there's multiple revenge arcs with that will like fuel Dignitas versus FlyQuest. So I think the rage fueled win is going to be in their favor. But to actually put some more analysis on it, I would say if they play earlier in the season, since it's only a single round robin, and there's actually going to be a big difference between playing teams early and playing teams later, then Dig actually is, I would not favor Dig because, a lot of these players are just coming back to competitive and, hadn't played. And Sven is even role swapping back, to AD carry from support. So I think the more time, if they play later in the split, will actually benefit Dig.
They have
So
23
I would
days
say
until
Dig.
they play.
Okay. Oh yeah, because the schedule's already fully
Yeah,
released.
before the break.
23 days. Before the break. Ooh, it's kind of on the middle point. I actually FlyQuest might have some edges. I would still say Dig though. All right, I'll still say Dig.
All right. Who's your dark horse for winning playoffs? So it can't be Team Liquid,
Ooh,
obviously.
winning
Yes.
playoffs. So first place in summer, going to Worlds. Dark horse. I'm gonna go actual dark horse. Like you say, you can't do Team Liquid. I'd say if you're doing a dark horse, you also probably shouldn't be able to do Cloud9. So I'm gonna go Energy. And Energy is a super dark horse because they sucked in spring. So they were like actually bad. But I know those players are better and they did win last year. And I know that they were really, really self-critical. Pal Fox was tweeting out like, "This is my worst split I've played in years," and he was definitely not happy. So that would be my
All
wild
right.
card.
Defend the faith.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Last question for you. I'm a Shopify diehard fan. Can you make the case for Shopify finishing top three?
How big of a Tomio fan are you? Because honestly, I think Tomio coming in is pretty hype. He has accomplished so much already in challengers. Cloud9, Academy team, challengers team, disguised team. I've met him in solo queue a bunch. He's a very, lovable, outspoken, great for content. By the way, you should definitely get him for interviews. But I think this team has a lot of personality, and maybe they'll be able to cook some stuff up here. Insanity, there's some Graves buffs, so some mid lane Graves action looking a bit better. Um, yeah, I honestly think that with this split being so competitive and the teams all being so close, they can definitely do some damage. I have a lot of faith in Revan too as a coach. He has so much faith in the players. I feel like he'll be able to integrate Tomio really well and have the players play to their strengths.
All right, that was great. I appreciate you humoring me as a Shopify fan. But yeah, thank you for the interview.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. This was the last interview I did, so I was kind of tired. But this is going up as the first interview. I absolutely loved it. Super grateful, thankful, appreciative. It's very surreal interviewing Kobe. Probably the longest caster I've watched slash know of. Yeah, just I know a lot about his story. I've been following him for a very long time, and it was very surreal to meet him and just hang out for a little bit and ask him what's on my mind about the LCS. So I thought it was really cool. I am experimenting with, like, as you can see, a new intro. I might do. I will have chapters or like timestamps, subtitles as well, like captions actually, so you can turn them on and off depending on what you like it. So I am trying to improve the quality, whether it's like the intro, the questions, the way I ask the questions, the audio quality. I've been working on improving. I'm improving just your experience in general. So there's a lot of things that I'm trying to improve. But yeah, let me know if you liked it. I'm not very good at picking out music. If you have any recommendations on like what music I can use for intro, I'm still experimenting, so it might sound like not the greatest, but trust that hopefully by the end of the split, or maybe as split begins, I'll have a much better feel for it. You kind of just have to do it and figure it out. So I am really looking for feedback because this is something that like I am extremely underqualified to be doing, but I know that it should in the long run be a better experience. So I am working hard to make the channel better. Yeah, let me know like feedback, especially right now during media day. We still have like a couple weeks before LCS starts, so I'm really trying to take whatever learnings and feedback I get from these, like, I think I should have like 12 interviews that come out and really try to use that feedback and improve even more the interviews and the videos that I publish during the split. So make sure to drop comments, whether you liked it, didn't like it, and subscribe, please. 95% of people aren't subscribed, yet you watch this channel. So please just subscribe. It'll be awesome.